Hello and welcome back to the channel. Irritations without end, also on X. It's going viral all over the internet, so I'm making a video to cover it. First of all, I do not provide financial or investment advice, and I am not a lawyer who is knowledgeable about US securities law in any way, but I have been following this case for long enough, so let's take a look at various aspects. And I admit that I got a bit caught up in the boxing match. I'm not the only one, but we have prominent lawyers here who are also confused. Now, Securities and Exchange Commission. Let deadline pass. Submit Form C. And now let's dive in one step at a time, because we have forgotten something very, very important here. But, as I said, one step at a time. There have been some updates here, like this one now. The date is October 10th. Adding 14 days would be October 24th. We still have to wait. And here it says at the top, fold 10, Oct 24. And if we read through this, feel free. It is the cross appeal from Ripple, which was filed on October 10th. But now let's go back to James K. Phelan, who has also reported on this. Here, October 10th, 2024, and I will now show you again where the problem lies. We have document 980 here. If you look up and refine October 10th, 2024, and here we also have October 10th, 2024 written up here. However, the date is important here. Here we have the first filing of the cross appeal on October 10th, and here we have the appeal, also another cross appeal from James K. Phelan. But it'll be filed October 2nd by the Securities and Exchange Commission. I'll then show you the homepage where you can read all about it. James K. Phelan wrote here. October 4th. The appeal has been filed with the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit PACER docketing system. Thus it is pending or docked. The title of the case is etc., etc. These are all of the various and different documents that have been submitted here. Feel free to click through. All the links are, as always, in the video description, but I don't want to drag this out unnecessarily. So, James K. Phelan. The Securities and Exchange Commission has filed an appeal against Judge Torres's decision. Here we have October 2nd, and here we have October 2nd. This was the official document from the Securities and Exchange Commission. And then we have Sherry. As you may already know, I believe Sherry is an attorney. We need to take a look now. And here she pointed out the following. Note that if you don't comply with these requirements within 14 days, your appeal will be dismissed. This is a document from the Second Circuit. This means that if you file an appeal here, you need to implement the following steps. And here we have this Form C that must be filled out, such as etc. Then let's move on. So we are now here 14 days after it was filed with the Second Circuit, or with Judge Torres. It was filed on October 2nd, 2021. On October 2nd, the Securities and Exchange Commission filed an appeal with Judge Torres to go to the Second Circuit, and now it gets interesting, and now it becomes a bit confusing. Then we also have other news, such as this one from Elena Territ, and here we see law and legislation and courts. It's hard to believe, but well, 2001. Just had a great conversation with Stuart Alderodi from Ripple, who gave me an overview of the timeline for the appeals as the Securities and Exchange Commission. The last day for submitting Form CS, containing some details about what is intended to be done for a ruling to be filed, is tomorrow. So that was on the 15th, the 16th. Stuart Alderodi was referring to the 16th. Then it continues. 7 days later, Ripple, both parties reach an agreement. According to Alderodi, the complete briefing process will last until July 25th. Well, if it continues like this, 26. XRP is internet self, not a security. Now let's move on to Jeremy Hogan, also a lawyer. And here we see how spooky it all is. I am really trying to completely figure out how we misjudged the timeline, but I cannot see any flaw in the logic. Form C was due today. It does not appear on the tracking sheet. If it was not filed, the complaint will be dismissed. That is what it is. These are the facts as we know them. I'm hesitating because I haven't had a case in federal court for 3 years and have never filed an appeal since I've always won, lolly. In any case, I will buy XRP just in case we are right and then hit it big. Good evening, Matt. And he meant here, Matt from the Moon Lambo channel. Okay, first lawyer Aldora, the second lawyer Jeremy Hogan, and now we go to Ashley Prosper. Here is the post as well. Since the notice of appeal was filed on October 2nd with the district court, we will begin our daily count from there. Not since it was added to the list of the Second Circuit. So yes, the deadline was around October 16th, and yes, it seems that the SEC missed it. Be careful. We have indeed had everything so far at the federal court, at the Southern District of New York, Judge Annalisa Torres, and now we are at the United States Court of Appeals at the Second Circuit. I will also show you again how to recognize that Fredwy has fundamentally made another point, and unfortunately, I have to agree with him. As the saying goes, one crow doesn't pick the eye out of another. I really wouldn't be too pleased at all about an early filing on Form C, in any case. The XRP community had to be submitted by 11:59 p.m. time on October 16. That did not happen. However, the local rules of the Second Circuit state that non-compliance may lead to the dismissal of the appeal. I am sorry to say that the appellate courts give the federal authorities a lot of leeway. Even a lame excuse from the government is perhaps likely enough to allow the court to let it slide. I think, or rather, I believe we have lawyer 3 here. Yes, indeed. And now let us take a careful and thorough look at all of the documents that have been submitted and received. It is updated once every single night. Or rather, when it comes in fresh, it will of course be updated immediately. And here, in 2001, we have October 10th. Let me scroll up. Here we have the October 2nd, 2024 Notice of Appeal. Okay. On October 3rd, the appeal brief and the certified copy of the docket were submitted to the United States Court of Appeals. Submission, complaint, appeal record, electronic file. They have the complaint record for October 3rd, 2024. We have a filing error here on October 10th. But then on October 10th, we have the filing of the cross appeal, and that was also the last thing that was posted here. Again, it went from the federal court to the United States Court of Appeals. And here I have the following post from James K. Fillan as a reminder. The post was made on October 4th. The appeal has been refiled with the United States Court of Appeals in the PACER docketing system, including the title of the case, etc. And here we have, right at the bottom, as you can see, October 4th, right here. And now we come back to Eleonoret. Again, specifically according to this document, which was officially filed with the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, as mentioned in the records. The complaint was filed on the 2nd and was not docked until the 4th. So it was not submitted to the United States Court of Appeals on the 2nd, was transmitted on the 3rd, but docked on the 4th. It seems that the actual deadline is indeed just Friday, October 18th at exactly 11:59 p.m. 2021. Thanks to a follower who sent me this information. And here I will go bigger. Here is the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit. Yes, we have Judge Deborah N. Livingston, Chief Judge. We have the date October 14th, 2024, and below it says the form must be completed and returned within 14 days. 2001, of the date of this notice. The form requires the following information. The judge clearly states here that the 14-day deadline, including Formula C, begins on October 4th. So, not at some point at the federal court, but rather in the Second Circuit. I hope we have now put in enough understanding. 2001, it's a bit confusing. We are now at a different court. I am curious if we will see more here on this page. Let me show you again. This is about the case, fundamentally. I need to scroll up here because we have 1,000 forms. We have the case from the Southern District Court of New York, as you can all read, and I am curious if more forms will be published here. So, I have provided some clarification. I hope you are all doing well. I wish you all the best. Stay healthy. There will be another video today. It's Thursday, so I just have to put it out there. I look forward to seeing you. Thank you for your attention. I hope you are feeling more at ease now. Of course, they will file it. I am 100% convinced of that. But what kind of logic can one expect from that organization? Let us be surprised. What else is left for us but to watch and wait for the things that are to come? I wish you all the best, a great start to your day, and see you in the next video. Bye, friends.